Kyle, Texas, January 5th, 2017. An 11-year veteran, a homicide detective for Hays County. He would say this was one of the worst cases he had ever seen. The child's grandfather, Eustarcio Arellano, was able to get out of the home, but not before he was attacked without warning by 27-year-old Krystle Villanueva. She would stab him in the back and the head, anywhere she could. He was able to get away and get to a phone and call the police. He told them Krystle was still inside the home with her daughter. SWAT teams were called for a potential hostage situation. When the police arrived, they would enter the home and they found Krystle. She was naked and standing in a front room. She had just got out of the shower. Police said she was under the influence of alcohol and marijuana. In the room, her 5-year-old daughter, Giovanna Hernandez, was stabbed to death and decapitated. In court, she would tell the judge that wasn't her family. She said she was under the belief that her father-in-law and daughter had to be killed to bring back her real family. Krystle had been treated for mental illnesses in the past, but it was always related to substance abuse. In other articles, it's alleged, court documents say, she had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and ADHD. She had been arrested many times, but different circumstances for each time, but nothing as horrendous as this. Her insanity plea was rejected. On her sentencing day, she got 10 years for the assault on her father-in-law. She got life for the killing and decapitating her daughter. The grandfather said that she did this because the little girl had only asked for cereal. Salt Lake City, Utah, December 31st, 2019. 3 days before she would stab her 4-year-old daughter, Lainey Vos, in the chest over 30 times and leave her in the basement dead, Nicole Terri Lester, 29, would Google where to hit someone with an axe, how to break a neck. Her search history included photos and videos and interviews from murder cases that received national headlines. The day before the murder, how to kill your 4-year-old daughter is what she Googled. On December 31st, her macabre plan was put into action. The autopsy report showed that Lainey had put up a fight, but she couldn't overpower her mother. She had defensive wounds, a severed shoulder, pierced lung, broken wrists, lacerations to her heart. All this was done with a ceramic kitchen knife. Lester would calmly close her door, walk to her neighbor's house. All she said was, quote, "There's been a murder. I killed my daughter," unquote. I'm pretty sure that neighbor had to be hysterical to see the blood had soaked into the front of her clothing, and she just calmly walked back to her house, which she would wait for the Utah police, which arrived a little after 5 a.m. The police, they asked her what happened, and she said, quote, "I need to be arrested," unquote. The police entered the home and found Lainey deceased. They also found a 6-year-old boy believed to be her brother. He was unharmed and asleep in the bed. Now, as of this video, May 5th, 2021, her sentence hasn't been handed to her. She does face the death penalty. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, February 28th, 2020. A quote from 22-year-old Christina Collado. Sometime he goes too far and abuses her too much. She was talking about her boyfriend of 8 months, 23-year-old Jerome Millen. He was in charge of discipline. No, he's not the biological father. By the time paramedics and police arrived to 420 Montana Avenue, Jerome had fled. He was later found and arrested. A pregnant Christina was there. Her younger son, and unfortunately, Autumn Horak, 4, was dead. The paramedics noted she had a diaper on, burn marks, and human bite marks covered all over her body. Her autopsy would show she had bruising on her jaw, her back, her legs, pretty much marks of physical abuse covered this little girl's body. She had died from consistent, habitual abuse that her mother allowed to happen. Her mother had witnessed Jerome slamming her daughter's head onto the floor. She watched him smother her with a pillow, threatened to cut her tongue off, but she did absolutely nothing. On the sentencing day, Jerome received 33 years and 47 days. He will be released November 27th, 2053, and have supervision May 26 to 2067. So this man will be released at 55 years old. That's not that old. He can actually still have kids. According to an article I read, Christina will remain behind bars until March 1st, 2025. That's in less than 4 years. And she will have supervision term until 2030. And she is not supposed to have any contact with Jerome. And she must undergo mental evaluation. Christina's younger son was placed in a foster home. He was there when his big sister was murdered. The father of Autumn is also the father of the little boy. The father's name is Autumn Horak, and who's trying to get custody of his son. And I did read some things that the father had posted online. Him and his family miss Autumn dearly. My condolences to everybody, the fathers who ended up losing their daughters because something was just not right with these mothers.